Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, and this is going to be a recap of the GI journey throughout 2022. Since January of 2022, I have made over 30 videos for my whole GI journey through SIBO, diagnosis, low motility diagnosis, all of that. And this is a giant recap of every treatment that I've tried, every test that I've had, every appointment that I've had related to that throughout 2022. So let's get into it. If this appointment got canceled, I would have flipped out. I would not cancel this appointment for anything. One more day, and then I'll get to see the doctor first thing on Thursday morning. So I'm just telling myself, one more flipping day. I just want her to like believe me so bad. It just feels like my only chance.
And I reviewed your visit with UNC GI back in May of 2021, as well as the emergency department visit from December. The CAT scan showed a significant large right-sided and transverse colon stool burden. They wanted you to follow up with GI. Why don't you tell me kind of how you're feeling now?
I mean, I'm not feeling great. I've lost more weight since May and since I went to the hospital. It's very hard for me to eat, especially like large portions. There's a lot of foods that I can't really eat anymore that I used to eat. I don't think I ever eat like raw vegetables anymore. Like I'll just get really bloated, really nauseous, and then I've had trouble with vomiting.
Sorry that you're not feeling well. I can like see it in your face. Obviously, we're here to help you in terms of upper GI symptoms, bloating, nausea, vomiting, feeling full,
and stabbing stomach pain.
Yeah, every so often I'll have like stabbing pain for like a whole day or something, but it doesn't happen like super often. It's like maybe once a month or once every 2 months I'll have the pain.
And you said you're also having heartburn and reflux as well?
Yeah.
What is your hunch as to what's going on?
I think I have gastroparesis, but no one will diagnose me with it because it's not common.
We will get you feeling better, okay? And we're taking this very, very seriously.
Linnea needs a stool test for Helicobacter pylori. So I went to the GI department, got the stool sample test kit. Linnea can take that tonight. Hey babe, guess what? We're now an unboxing channel.
We have the bag that the specimen goes in. We have this, which I believe you put in the toilet. We have an instruction page on how to collect it, and an instruction page on how to return it to the...
That was test 1 of 5, glad to have it done.
And I'm about to order my prep kit for my colonoscopy. I never thought that I would be 25 years old and so excited to have an endoscopy and colonoscopy, but I am counting down the days. Just like for any answers, I'm just counting down the days. Is that my throat just gets destroyed and it's just so painful. I hate it. I just threw up. My body's a freaking lemon. So we're starting with the low residue diet tonight. It is the first like full day of eating this like low residue diet. It's been a little easier on my stomach than the foods I normally eat. Like just having it super plain, super low fiber has been helping my stomach. So that's been good. But I did throw up today once, so that was kind of a bummer. And it just fills me with so much anxiety not to have control over my body. No control over my symptoms. Miralax. More Miralax. A third bottle of Miralax. I'm nervous about this whole weekend. Like, I'm gonna be like pooping my guts out, and I'm not excited about that at all. Bottle of Sprite lemon bars. Because like, I just wanna get this right and get it over with, so I don't have to do this ever again. And we'll see how fast I start pooping. So I'm gonna pour all the Miralax in.
3, 2, 1.
That's all the Miralax. And I'm going to shake it.
Welcome.
Coming to the end of the prep. And then we're gonna pour in another one. Are you eating a biscuit in the background? The balancing is making me feel like I have to go to the bathroom. I just can't do anymore. I feel like I'm gonna puke already.
Was it clear, babe?
Yes, it was clear.
Then we're good to go.
I forgot where I was, really. My butt feels weird. My butt feels kind of like juicy. Trying to walk is very difficult.
Starting at the tip top of nail, we go down through the esophagus into the stomach, and the gastroesophageal junction showed no signs of damage. However, the lower third of the esophagus showed some mild signs of esophagitis due to acid reflux. So no signs of peptic ulcers, or other signs of gastritis or inflammation, like mild esophagitis, no gastritis, no peptic ulcers, no obstructions in the stomach. There were no signs of hemorrhoids or rectal bleeding. There was a polyp that turned out to be a tubular adenoma of less than 3 millimeters in size. There were no signs of inflammation. There were no diverticuli. There were no other polyps. So it can't be IBD, ulcerative colitis, or Crohn's.
And I'm just so nervous about this test.
Is this right? Am I doing it right? I'm gonna put it here.
Been really in my feelings ever since the gastric emptying exam. I was just very convinced that I had gastroparesis. Get it back negative, it just made me feel like I was just in this uncertain world again where I'm sick and I don't know why. And now that I know I don't have it, I feel like I have no control over my symptoms even more, and I feel like I don't understand my symptoms at all, and I'm just like freaking out.
So anyways, we're taking Linnea to see the dietitian, and if they think I'm there because I'm fat, I'm gonna be very upset.
It actually ended up probably being one of the best appointments that I've had, because she also was thinking that it could be gastroparesis. She still was like, well, given your slow colon motility and given the fact that food does tend to stay in your stomach for a while, I think you do have a motility issue. But then she made it very clear that there is no treatment for it. So I'm just gonna have to find a way to live with it. It's like she wants me to eat like super small meals. Like she like literally recommended like go back and read serving sizes and read labels and like limit your meals. This is gonna be meals for tomorrow until dinner, and we will see how it works for me. If the small meals thing works for me, I will be very happy. Honestly, at this point, I'm starting to think that if the SIBO test comes back negative, I might just give up on finding a cure, because I don't think that I'm gonna get a diagnosis at this point, and I think it's a motility issue. I don't think I have SIBO. This huge thing of white rice. So that's like all I'm going to be eating tomorrow is rice, and then probably for dinner I'll make some eggs. Only being able to eat white rice, I feel terrible. Small meals thing was helping for a while, and now it doesn't really matter what I eat. I just keep having stomach pain and throwing it up. Like I've even thrown up some rice today, honestly. So I don't know what's wrong with me. I want this test to be over with. I'm so tired of prepping for all these tests and having to do all this fancy stuff. I'm so sick of these tests. I need to arrive for the test. It says by 12:15. I just want this test to be over. Like I had to do an initial like baseline breath, and then I had to drink this sugar and water solution that tasted kind of like watered down toothpaste. And that's the machine that they use to measure my breath. Like the numbers at the beginning were like really low, and then like the test that we just did, which is the second to last test, the nurse was like, oh my god. And I was like, the second GI appointment was extremely short, and pretty much all she said was that I have slow motility overall, like my whole GI tract is slow, which I already knew, and then she told me that I have SIBO. She told me to treat my slow motility like in my whole GI tract just to take laxatives. Don't know for sure what caused my SIBO, but I would venture to guess that part of what caused it is the slow motility, because it causes food to stay in the GI tract longer and then for the bacteria to build up, and then you get SIBO. As far as the SIBO treatment, she wants me to take rifaximin. First pill down, many to go. I hope it doesn't make me feel worse. That's like my biggest fear, is that I'm gonna feel worse before I get better. I have this pain like right below my ribs where my stomach is. Just this dull aching pain that keeps getting worse. Bloating is kind of how it normally is, and my appetite is extremely low. Like way lower than normal. I'll listen to the doctor. I'm gonna drink my lemon and Miralax water.
Are you gazing upon the tumbling?
Yes, I am. It's like rock hard.
Oh jeez.
Should we measure it? I wanted to report that I really don't feel good. A part of me does have doubts that the antibiotic will help with. I don't even need to like lift up my shirt to show you. Like you can see like the bloat. Like, the loss of appetite is one of the worst things for me, besides like the nausea and the vomiting. So yeah, maybe I'm in the die-off phase, which would be good because then it means the SIBO is getting treated, but I feel like crap. So far, just kind of waiting for any results. I've been throwing up or half throwing up or acid refluxing the entire night, and I'm angry about it, and I'm so tired of it, and I want it to stop, and I have no idea when it's going to stop. So it's just one of those nights where I don't know when it's going to stop, and it's just torturous. So I just want this to stop, and it never stops. I'm just paralyzed with fear of eating anything. Kiwis that I cut up, I've heard they're really good for digestion, especially constipation, so I'm just having a ton of kiwis, and then I'm gonna take my last dose of the day. I'll be honest, like, I just feel like crap. Like, I'm so angry that the antibiotics didn't work. A part of me in the back of my mind the whole time was thinking, these aren't gonna work, these aren't gonna work, these aren't gonna work. But I wanted them to work. Of course I wanted to just take a pill for 2 weeks and be better. Who wouldn't want that? I wanted that so badly. And, you know, now that I'm here 2 weeks later, and I still feel the exact same way that I felt before, and I'm still bloated, and I'm still throwing up, like, but I'm just so weak and fatigued and emotionally drained from this. I just want to be able to sit down and eat, and it's just pain and throwing up and bloating and loss of appetite and all this stuff, and I just, like, my brain fog is so bad. I feel so spacey. My legs are shaking. Freaking pissed that this medication that the doctor said would likely work, unless it didn't work. Low FODMAP is not only low FODMAP food, but it is also very, very portion control with carbohydrate foods. This is really the only option that I have because the antibiotics failed. I messaged my doctor about the antibiotics failing, and she said that if the antibiotics had improved any of my symptoms, she could prescribe another round. But because they did not improve any of my symptoms, she can't. Then she said that I should try low FODMAP for at least 2 weeks and see how it works. This just looks beautiful. Definitely the hardest part of this diet so far is the cravings. I love candy, I love ice cream, and I usually eat it most days. Delicious steak that was cooked with avocado oil and butter. The little low FODMAP trail mix that I made. Low FODMAP fruit. Don't feel sick, and I haven't had acid reflux, and I haven't thrown up. I feel really good. I am ravenous. Peanut butter, rice cakes. This low FODMAP diet does seem to be helping. So this is my finished plate. Fruit for the day, my trusty mason jar of fruit. How is this low FODMAP thing doing this much? Low FODMAP has me eating like crazy and feeling good. And I'm not bloated right now. It's been so long since I've been able to eat and not be bloated and feel good after. It's like triple threat. Fantasizing about all the food that I want that I can't have. I'm getting tired of dark chocolate. It's gluten-free, just has dairy and sugar. This mint dark chocolate marshmallow one, which failure. And just because it's for gut health doesn't mean that it's not a restrictive diet. I ate this entire pint of ice cream and just take a break and regroup and think about things. It's really, really hard mentally, and I think that is valid. All of my symptoms have come back. I feel terrible again, but I just need to figure out how to do it. My personal theory is that the bacteria that have colonized my small intestine are closer to my stomach, and so they're causing, like, when they inflate with like gas from eating FODMAPs, I think that it like puts pressure on my stomach and then makes me feel like I have gastroparesis. I think that's what's going on, but don't quote me on it. That's just my armchair theory. Like, I've exhausted all the online research on low FODMAP. This one, The Gut Friendly Cookbook, Complete Low FODMAP Diet, Low FODMAP and Vegan. I think this is more than enough to like get started with. Can't cheat anymore. Like, I feel so bad. I regret everything. This is the final plate. I was back on the low FODMAP diet. I did not cheat with any dairy or gluten. Doing really well for a week. You know, I was just getting super excited about it. I tried like so many new recipes from like the low FODMAP cookbooks that I bought, and then all of a sudden felt really, really, really sick. And I thought maybe it was because I was eating too much fruit. And so I cut back on the fruit and I ate like perfect low FODMAP, and I ended up throwing up 10 times in a row, which it doesn't normally happen. And it was like huge vomits, like 2. It was just really terrifying. And Robert and I were thinking if we should go to a doctor, but like we've already been to doctors for this and they couldn't do anything for us. So we didn't really see any point in telling anyone or going to a doctor. So this whole week I've been doing super strict low FODMAP, like really limiting my fruits, just like following it to a T. And I have not gotten better. In like 1 day less than 2 weeks, I'm getting my abdominal x-ray. So today marks 7 days of doing the, yes, I bought the big one, doing the Miralax regimen where I'm taking 3 to 4 doses a day. I started that Wednesday of last week. It's now the end of the day on Tuesday, but I'm gonna continue doing this Miralax regimen until my x-ray in 2 weeks. So it's like gonna be 3 weeks of doing a lot of Miralax every day. As far as my diet, I'm still doing low FODMAP, but my calories are pretty low because I'm trying to keep myself from throwing up. I've been taking a multivitamin every day, body bars, which are low FODMAP. This almond milk pretty much every morning lately. I've been having this. So the bottom is chia pudding with almond milk. Really, really bloated right now. I'm in a lot of pain right now. I've been in a lot of pain all night. This illness sucks and I'm so angry all the time because I don't fully know what it is and we don't know how to treat it. Huge right now. Like these pants just, this is how it is every night too. Chugging Miralax, like I dare you body, do something to me. I'm a little out of breath because I just took a shower, but also like I'm really, really bloated, which makes it hard to breathe. I've been angry, I've been not handling it great. These are delicious, by the way. I just don't care anymore really because I don't think any type of diet is gonna cure me and I just don't care anymore. Like I feel like no one believes me, that I feel like there's more going on. I feel like it doesn't matter if I'm believed or not because I'm never gonna find a solution. I feel like I've just lost myself in this illness and I don't feel like I really even know who I am anymore. I think I'm gonna go back into denial for a while. My quadruple dose of Miralax every night still, because I don't mind doing it. But I do mind not being able to have sun chips. Down in my heart, I feel like there's more going on than SIBO. Just like my symptoms have kind of been all over the place, which initially when I quit low FODMAP, it made my symptoms significantly worse when I first quit. But then after a few days, I got used to it. And my symptoms were basically the same as they were when I was doing low FODMAP. Like basically FODMAPs are not really triggering anything anymore. Like even gluten appears to be fine right now. I don't feel like any single food is worse or better, except for the foods that are better are the foods that have always been better, which are low volume foods. Yes, I'm still doing the Miralax every day. I don't feel good for some reason. I'm also really, really anxious about this test. Here at Duke Medicine, Maine, going to walk down, find some stairs or something, and go see where I need to go to get this freaking x-ray. So one picture, that was it. I was maybe in the x-ray room for like 2 minutes. So like nervous over these results. So my heart is beating out of my chest. My doctor just got back to me with her comment. She says there is a moderate stool burden, especially on the right side of the colon, more so than the left side. I wonder if underlying stool burden could be causing some of your symptoms, which yeah, I agree with you. It probably is. I would encourage you to take Miralax 1 to 2 capfuls once or twice daily to ensure that stool keeps moving through your colon. So basically, she thinks that this is the stool burden from taking no Miralax, but little does she know this is the stool burden from taking 4 capfuls a day, which is her max recommendation because she says 1 to 2 capfuls 1 to 2 times a day. I'm about to message her back and see what happens. And my doctor and I have been going back and forth about treatment. We don't know where we want to go with treatment. I think it finally like hit me. I don't know, it just like hit me like this is happening. And I kind of realized like, oh my gosh, like this has been getting worse for the past few years. I have to be really, really grateful for every single day from now on because I don't know when I'm going to get sicker or if I'm going to get sicker or how much sicker I'm going to get. And yeah, I know my symptoms are unpleasant now, but I know for a fact that they could be so much worse. And so I just need to like just be so appreciative of the fact that like today I was able to eat. Yes, I was in pain for like a lot of the day, and yes, I had nausea and I had problems, but like I was able to eat today. Like that's huge. I have been in so much freaking pain the entire week. Pain has been so severe, especially at night, but pretty much by midday, it's just awful. So normally I'll eat like a pretty good breakfast and like lunch will be small, and then dinner like most likely won't even happen at all because the pain is just so bad. I just want people to understand that like this is really, really scary. Like, yes, I was right that there was more going on than SIBO. I was 100% right, but it is still very, very hard to realize that at the ripe old age of almost 26 years old, like my intestines don't work properly. We can't like go directly into treating with a medication because there is just too much poop inside me. This is, you can see all the supplements that I've bought to try to treat myself that I'm now not using because they don't work. This is what I will be taking long term. It's called Linzess, starting with like a pretty high dose, honestly, looking at this capsule. So I'm starting at about half of the max dose, but I have to get the poop out of me before I start taking it. So we're doing this. I don't want to taste it, but here we go. This is going to suck. Why is there so much poop in me? Don't understand. So I finally did finish 1 cup of this. I'm 2 cups down. I've done 3 cups. My mental health is peak. Because you never understand when I discuss my stomach pain. No one does, so I just don't mention it anymore. It basically feels like this. Like you have a balloon like between your ribs that just like is fully inflated and it just hurts so bad because it's pushing against everything else. That is how I feel like all the time. I just like threw it up all over our comforter that is on top of me and it was really gross. I never want to do colonoscopy prep again. It's exactly 3 weeks since I did the colonoscopy prep and started taking Linzess. And the Linzess, I will say, did help some just in terms of getting me to be more regular with my bowel movements. It did not help my other symptoms at all. I've actually been getting sicker in the past 3 weeks, like really significantly, to the point that Robert and I have both been kind of scared. And I eventually, last night I was so sick that my blood sugar was so low and I was throwing up so much that I actually fainted. We have decided to reach out to my doctor and just see what else can be done. And apparently I now qualify for emergency GI appointments. Hopefully we will get some answers or another direction. I'm worried that they might invalidate my symptoms because I haven't lost weight. In an hour we leave for the appointment. Let's do this. Let's get some answers, hopefully. So that was not great. Not great at all. And the PA that we saw, though very nice, just had no insight really into my case. They weighed me and I was heavier than I have been in other appointments, and I was just like, frick, because now they're extra not gonna believe. She started to try to prescribe me psych meds. Currently, they're just going to have me take Zofran when I get nauseous, which fine, whatever. And then they're gonna double my dose of Linzess, since honestly, I have not pooped in 2 days and my constipation has been getting worse even after just a month of taking this. It's already getting worse again. So my appetite has gotten better, weirdly, on like the really high dose of Linzess. So I've been eating a lot more, but I think that might be because the drug is supposed to like decrease pain in the GI tract, and normally I have a lot of stomach pain like from fullness that prevents me from eating more. And so I think because the Linzess is like numbing that pain, I can eat more, which there still is a lot of pain, but like it's not bad enough that I can't eat. I'm getting enough calories, I'm feeling a little more energetic. Bad news is that I'm not really pooping very much at all. And I'm really concerned because that's not what it's supposed to do. So yeah, they want to give me another x-ray to see like what's happening. I don't know what the heck is going on in my body. Nothing makes sense. I'm 100% certain that there will be a stool burn. And if there is not, I will be completely shocked because I'm still so bloated that it's hard to button my pants. So the nausea really varies, but the bloating's always there. And like, I'm only getting more backed up. Like I'm skipping days a lot from going to the bathroom. Like when I do go, it's just a small amount. I've never missed a single dose of Linzess. I hate my body right now. I hate that I'm always distended.
Talk about, you look great in a dress. I want to have a little more weight on her. She's so cute.
Thanks, babe.
You look all womanly.
I feel like I look fat.
No, I think you look great.
Thank you. Could you hear me talking about feeling fat all the way from over there?
Yes, you're very loud.
let's do this thing. And then she also like did 3 different positions of the x-ray so that she could like get everything. I tried the internal shower where you do like chia seeds and lemon juice and water, but I was in pain almost the entire day. And by like the time I went to bed, I was in so much pain that I couldn't think straight. Basically what happened is I got the x-ray and then I messaged her to say, like, I know the x-ray doesn't show a stool burden, but like, please listen to me. I feel like I'm very backed up and I'm still having all these symptoms and I'm being told that I don't have a stool burden. So it's just so confusing. And so I messaged her to be like, I know the test says this, but I feel this. Please listen to me. And my doctor didn't respond, only her nurse responded. And her nurse said like, hey, you know, your doctor reviewed the results with the radiologist, and this x-ray is better than your previous x-ray before the Lincest, so your stool burden is getting better, your bowels are improving, and you should be fine. So I'm being told that no matter how I feel because of this test, everything is fine. 1 cup of that. I'm having some of these Simple Meals cheddar crackers, and I'm also having some of these lentils and then some garlic, and then we're gonna add it to this. 2 dandelion tea bags in each jar and 2 peppermint tea bags in each jar, and then I did 1 lemon balm tea bag in each jar. So this is what they look like with all the stuff in it. You can see the fennel seeds and everything, and I'm about to add the water. Like, I just look so pregnant and it's so hard and like distended. But then when I turn to the side, oh my lord. This is life with intestines that don't work. Like Claire from last week just completely took it out of me. And maybe try to eat an ice cream bar and then just eat until like I feel like throwing up, honestly, because I just need those calories. And through about a year of research and symptom tracking, I have also determined that I have gastroparesis. So the last vlog that I posted and filmed was at the end of July. And in that video, I was trying to still eat at normal meal times and to have as balanced a diet as I could despite my symptoms. There was even a day in that video where Robert and I completed a full body workout, and I thought it would be a turning point for me to start building back my strength. Sadly, that workout left me sore and exhausted for the entire week, and I realized that I am just not at the point with my health yet where I can start consistently pushing myself physically like that. I'm just not there yet. As far as my current diet and treatment plan, I stopped taking Lincest the week before our vacation to Florida in the last week of July. We took that vacation to celebrate 1 year of marriage. The vacation changed a lot for me though. Firstly, it got me away from thinking about food and my symptoms all day, every day. It was so hard not to be obsessed with how I was feeling when I had been vlogging about it weekly for so long. On the trip, we focused on the experiences and just enjoying our time together. On our trip, I was able to handle a variety of foods and try things that, when I try them at home, normally make me pretty sick. I had also just gotten off Lincest and I was experiencing constipation, but I was still able to eat pretty normally, which was yet another sign that when I'm not actively in a gastroparesis flare, my intestinal issues don't travel up as much as my doctors want to make me believe. I don't want to spend the rest of my life cooped up at home being sick. I want to go on more trips like that with Robert. I want to have a vibrant life, and that trip reminded me like, oh my gosh, I need to find some healing with this. I need to like do something because I want my life to be full of more of these great experiences. Developing the GI issues that I have has slowly made me more terrified of food than I've been in years and years and years. But I worry that my weight staying basically the same, if not going up a bit, like over the course of this year when I've been my most sick, invalidates what I'm going through, like in the minds of others. I feel frustrated that I'm not losing weight. I feel that if I was losing weight, doctors would take me more seriously and others in my life would believe my struggle more. I know it's not rational, but it makes me feel like I have to justify my symptoms even more because my body looks healthy. So I've been having all these awful like gastroparesis related symptoms, and I had been questioning myself every step of the way. It honestly wasn't until the end of July that I finally accepted gastroparesis is the main thing that is making my SIBO and my intestinal motility like way worse. My gastroenterologist did finally confirm that she believes I have gastroparesis when I saw her earlier this month. I told her that the gastroparesis diet was helping me, and that was the thing that finally convinced her. I had my wisdom tooth surgery. So 5 days after my wisdom tooth surgery, I got extremely sick. And it was a combination of like the flu and a mouth infection. And the infection was on the other side of my mouth where my wisdom teeth were not taken out. So yeah, they should have taken out all of my wisdom teeth, but they didn't. Basically, after I was sick in October, I did, you know, struggle the whole rest of the month because I was sick from the 5th of October to the 12th. And then after the 12th, I still wasn't feeling that well, but like I was able to return to work and all that, but it was still a big struggle to just function because I had basically been bedridden for an entire week from the 5th to the 12th because I was so sick. So October was really rough, and then November and December were honestly the two roughest months this whole year in terms of my symptoms. And there isn't really much footage to show because they're really just, I wasn't feeling up to vlogging. So like we made those fun recipe videos and we posted our vacation videos from July, which we have wanted to post for a while, but just between all the health videos that I was posting and everything else that we were posting, we didn't really have time to post them. So it was really great in November and December to be able to post our vacation videos and to be able to post just some holiday recipes and stuff like that. But November, I started being in pain pretty much every single day. The amount that I was able to eat declined. And then in December, I started to be in pain every single day. A lot of nausea, just excruciating pain from anything I ate. November, December were pretty rough months, and I haven't talked about it a whole lot. I haven't really talked about it on the channel at all, just because I wanted to focus on the holidays and family and just being positive. And I didn't really want to really even bring a voice to it because I was just hoping that it was just a flare, but things just have kind of settled into this new homeostasis of me being in pain every single day, struggling to eat even yogurt. Like literally all I've been eating for all of December has been like protein shakes, protein bars, and yogurt, and even those foods will make me super sick and I have to like space them out throughout the day just to eat them. And I have an entire video next week that is going to be all about this pain that I've been experiencing, which I've talked about pain a lot on the channel, but I've never like deeply delved into like the particular type of pain that I've been experiencing when I eat. And I think it's different than what a lot of people with gastroparesis talk about. And I'm honestly at this point not even sure that it's gastroparesis related. Like the amount of pain that I've been in, even when I don't eat, I'm just like in pain all the time now. It makes me question like everything that I even thought. So that's going to be a whole video next week. I'm going to go deep into talking about the pain. Then the week after next week, it's going to be a whole video breaking down like calorie and weight trends throughout all of 2022 and even before 2022. So if you're interested in that data, which I've collected and analyzed for you, you can watch that next week. So there's going to be a lot of updates coming up. I have an appointment with my gastroenterologist on the 20th of January, which I'll make its own video about. And then mid-February, I have my SIBO test, and I imagine there will probably be other tests as well. I think my gastroenterologist is probably going to want to do a repeat gastric emptying study, which I'm not excited about at all because that is like the worst test, but we'll just see what happens. But I do want to say like the reason there's not really any vlog footage aside from like the recipe videos that we filmed like early in November and all the vacation footage that we posted in December and November, but we actually filmed it in July, is because I've just been really not feeling up to it, not feeling good, and also not wanting to put a video out, you know, during the holiday season saying that I feel really sick and that I'm struggling a lot, because I just don't want to put that energy into the holiday season. I just wanted to focus on everything being good and being happy and just pretending that everything is fine. And I really haven't even told anyone in my life that I've been struggling so much more with pain and nausea, that like my ability to eat is just like tanked. I haven't really told anybody aside from like Robert and my mom, just because I just want to focus on the holidays. And we had a lot of travel at the very end of December that we were doing to see a lot of different family members, and I just wanted to enjoy that. So yeah, but anyway, those are my updates for now. Stay tuned for next week's video, where again I'm going to break down like a lot more in depth about like my progression of symptoms and like the progression of the pain that I've been experiencing. And the week after that, like I said, is like a whole deep dive into like weight and calories, and then the videos are going to kind of go from there. I'm also getting my wisdom teeth on the other side taken out in January on the 13th, so there's going to be a video about that as well, and I'm not looking forward to that at all. But that video is going to be up probably before the video about my gastroenterology appointment even is. So wish me luck while I get my teeth pulled out again. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you for being patient with me with continuing the GI journey. I'm excited to get back into it, excited to start talking about it again, but I am really concerned about what 2023 has in store, given that 2022, despite all the efforts that I made to figure out what was wrong with me, all the efforts that I made to do different like Western medicine treatments as well as, you know, Eastern medicine treatments, I did both, and things have just gotten worse no matter what I've done. That does really concern me about the future of 2023, but there's nothing that I can do about that. So anyway, I'm gonna have a positive attitude, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.